Hello everybody, my name is Eric, and welcome back to another video where we're going to search YouTube for malware. Now this has generally been a bit of a goldmine for finding malware, so let's see what Minecraft hacks on YouTube are like. Do we get some juicy hacks that can help us cheat our way to success in Hypixel Bed Wars? Or do we just get a bunch of malware like every other time we've tried this? We're going to search Minecraft cheats in YouTube. We filter to new videos, which finds the small content, and we can see, all right, might want to change that for hacks, because that's what most people who call their cheats call them. Pretty quickly, you can figure out what a spammy video looks like. This is actually a YouTube short. I didn't even know they were using these, and we can see, can we find the description on this? It's not even got a link, so this probably isn't one of them. But this is the first one I found, Minecraft Hack Client 2025. It's got all the spam. And let's take a look at this YouTube channel. Now, big red flag for malware, as in addition to many others, is the channel suddenly changed from whatever this is, which is in a foreign language. Actually, we can translate that. Most clipped moments of whatever La Cortoriza is to Fortnite Cheat 2025, ESP Hack Working 2025. I have a feeling, could be wrong, that this might not be legit. Let's find out. So this is pushing us to oschange.run, which would presumptively be about changing operating systems, but it's a multi-cheat client. They've got all the cheats we could ever dream of. We got the one-shot Minecraft cheat. I guess that just one-shots everything. The OneSoft GTA cheat, the OneSoft CS2 cheat. We can get all the cheats together. We could get a Valorant cheat. I'd be more skeptical of that, given Vanguard is actually very good. We've now got our suspicious cheat. We got a nice, safe, password-protected zip file, which has never turned out to be malware. But let's just unzip or unroll this, and let's take a look at what we got. So we got OneSoft change, and we can hit this with detector easy. There's basically two possibilities. We're either going to find malware or scamware, or both. So we've got a packer, we've got, it's signed, which is relatively unusual. We've also got some DLLs that could potentially be a part of the scheme. And we've got Python files. Although judging from the name of this, and the fact it's called MIDI, which would be, yeah, this is a red herring. Also explains the dates. And chances are these DLLs are also uninteresting looking at the dates. So let's go to VirusTotal and just see what VirusTotal has to say about this. It's like, oh, couple of hits. Of course, this is never reliable, but I do think, and I've said this before, VirusTotal isn't very useful, but the one thing that can be, is named threats. This has a lot of detections. A couple of interesting ones. Luma Stealer, of course, is an indication. Also, shellcode executor. I don't like that. I also don't like the fact that the VirusTotal upload had a different name, which means the same file has been distributed under many different alibis. That isn't a good sign either. So let's see. Let's upload this, run, and let's actually play around with this a bit. So we'll see what we can do. Now we have immediately discovered a lot of dodgy activity. Luma, which dumps into MS Build. We could actually dump this, and we can actually even extract the config, because AnyRun has got like a built-in static on this, so we can see these are the C2 servers, and Luma has gotten straight to work. And what we do not see is any sort of video game cheat. So we can pretty safely say this was a scam. We've got this MS build running, which is actually the malware. We can also see if there's any indication of persistence. We can take a look at Task Scheduler. Just see, this looks like a one and done, which usually is the better option for stealth. And there we go. So that one was a bit sketchy. Let's see if we can find anything else that looks more legitimate. Bunch of red flags here, but it's good to see that malware is still readily available on YouTube. Oh, this is without the filter, and it looks... No, this actually may not be sketchy. It may be... because the other reason you'll see this... Oh, wait a second. This actually does look super sketchy. And it could be just an attempt of selling you something, but this actually looks really sketchy. It has like a more legit looking description. Let's see what the video looks like. Of course, the video is probably stolen from somewhere. And this is a 300,000 subscriber channel, but this does not look, just from the name and logo, like this channel is about video game cheats. We can go back a bit. No. So it looks like they probably fell for the fake sponsor scam because they had very different content before. And then suddenly they switched from more normal content to pushing different kinds of cheats, which is the biggest red flag. Side note I wanted to add here. Some channels, I don't think this one is one of them, that especially if they're the type of channel that YouTube isn't going to monetize, will do this thing where they will agree to upload a spam video for money. And oftentimes you can tell, like, if it's every few uploads instead of all of their recent uploads, it's the same problem. But YouTube is utterly inept at taking these things down, so sometimes those types of channels can stay up for a while. I don't think that's the case for this guy, though. But both the thumbnail and that one was more convincing. You should really never, unless you're like doing malware analysis and it's like password infected, if there's a password protected zip, that is an immediate red flag. So let's look at this one. It does have some things that make it look a tad more legitimate. Try this one on VirusTotal. Of course, remember that the malware doesn't have to be in the main.exe. It could be somewhere else. Oh, it's a Luma again. Well, we'll double check that, but it's always Luma. Everything is Luma. That's like the rule of malware these days, because Luma just gets the job done. We do occasionally see something else. I've seen a couple of Gates. I've seen a few other, but Luma is just, it's just easy. It works, does what it says on the tin, steals their information. People like it. Actually, I've seen this packer before. I kind of like this one. It's kind of creative. It does a couple of batch files. Then it puts them together. And they all have kind of like not random names. And ultimately, through binary combination, then it executes. And that is AutoIt, which is similar to Gate. But then it will actually spawn off into Luma soon enough. Or maybe it isn't even Luma. Maybe it's actually waiting for this to keep running. Oh, that does look Luma-y to me. Yeah, it is Luma. So we've got a so they've moved from .sharp to .life. So it sends our user ID, then it hopes to get a response. But if that's binary, we may not be able to read it. Here we send our hardware ID, and it just keeps on going. There is some possibility if it's collecting a hardware ID that it might figure out that it's running on a sandbox. But we've got everything we need to know, so this is not real. Do not download this one. But that's interesting because I didn't have to use the new filter. That was just the top result. Now, these older ones from verified channels are more likely to be real. And given cheat clients for Minecraft are pretty common and accepted, you know, it's not like it's allowed under some, like you can use it ethically on 2B2T. Okay, here's a different one that looks like, oh, he's even got the same PC specs. That's interesting. The scammer's like the NZXT, so maybe that's the meta now. I can see, though, like, the moment I saw that in the description, I was thinking, like, yeah, this is a gaming channel. This is, like, something that gaming channels do. This will make sense. I don't really like how MediaFire now downloads through a stake tab, but it seems to be okay. And this one has a very similar file name. It's also using a tiny URL, which could be another indication that it's a similar group. Because from what I've seen, there's actually a few groups. Like, there's not that many people that do this. Use this technique. Virgin.exe. Okay, that's kind of hilarious. It's like, are they making fun of people who cheat in Minecraft? I mean, who would do that? Okay, let's upload this. See what Virgin.exe, and it's got the same icon as well. This one's 1.19 megabytes. Let's see. This one is also 1.19 megabytes. Looks like there may be a relationship here. You be the judge. Also look at these in Detector Easy, which is a simple, like, it's a simple but effective tool, and we can see. Okay, so it's an NSYS installer, which is quite a popular technique for malware. So I can actually also, while we let the sandbox run, I can actually just use 7-zip to unpack that for you. And here is all of the little bits that, if they're appended correctly, does unpack it. And boom. it does ultimately load a Luma file. It's kind of a I mostly like this packer because it's got like funny names. That is interesting. Going beyond. Oh, rat client. Don't name your client that unless it is. Some of these might be real. This one doesn't look real to me, but it doesn't have a link, so it probably is. At least we don't have any problems up at the top. Oh, and when we filter that one, it seems to be blacklisted. So here we go. We got cute client. We got so many different fakes here, but that's interesting. So this isn't even, we don't even have to drill down, and we're already finding the fakes right at the top. So what are the big red flags here? First of all, don't be downloading these cheats. But if you're going to download these cheats, you got to be a few things to look out for. Big channel suddenly changed their content strategy. Probably isn't real. Very few people will go from making educational videos to suddenly making Minecraft cheat videos. That doesn't make much sense. Other red flags, password protected zip files, telling you to turn off antivirus, although not all of them do that. Obviously, while VirusTotal is not a good source, checking it for obvious things, given anybody can do that. If you have access to a sandbox like AnyRun, that can be really helpful. Triage, I've heard, is easier to sign up for, so that can be another indicator. In this case, with this one actually, because it's nullsoft, you can always try, whenever you see an exe, you can always try just using 7-zip to extract it. If you see a file structure that looks like this, yeah, you're in trouble. You do not want to be running this. So that's going to be all from me for now. Please do leave a like if you've enjoyed this video and tell me what you want in the comments below. Bye.